Article 7, Executive Department. Article 7 provides for a presidential form of government where the executive power is vested in the president. It provides for a qualification terms of office, election and power and function of the president. It also provides for a vice president and for the presidential line of succession. Article 8 Article 8, which is the Judicial Department. Article 8 vests the judicial power upon the Supreme Court and other lower court as may be established by the law or by the Congress, while the power to appoint justice and judge still reside with the President. The President from a list of at least 3 nominees prepared by the Judicial and Bar Council for every vacancy, a body composed of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the Secretary Justice, the Chair of the Senate and House Committees on Justice, and representative from the legal profession. Article 9, the Impeachment. The President, the Vice President, the Justice of the Supreme Court, and the Auditor General shall be removed from the office and impeached for any conviction of culpable violation of Constitution, treason, bribery, or other high crimes. So there is a possibility in this impeachment the Congress will be the one to impeach the President, the Vice President, and the House of Representatives. So in this article, it states that whatever jurisdiction or culpable violation did by this higher position, they can have this impeachment. Article 10, the Commission and Election. So, Section 1, there shall be independent commission and election composed of chairman and 2 of other members to appoint by the President with the consent of the Commission of Appointment. Then, who shall hold office for a term of 9 years and may not be reappointed of the members of the Commission first appointed. One shall hold office or 9 years, another 6 years, and the 3 years. The chairman, the other member of the Commission on Election may be removed from the office only by the impeachment in a manner provided by the Constitution. So, in this article, the Commission on Election is the organization or the commission where Filipino people will vote. Article 11, which is the General Auditing Office. There shall be General Auditing Office under the direction and control of the Auditor General. So this General Auditing Office, this is the color or commission and audit. They are the one who will audit the finances or expenditure of the Philippine government. Article 12, which is a civil service. A civil service embracing all branches of subdivision of the government shall be provided by law. Appointment and civil service except those who are policy determining or primarily confidential or highly technical in nature shall be made and only to merit fitness to be determined as far as practicable by the competitive examination. So in the civil service, so officers and employees, including the armed forces, shall not engage directly or indirectly the partisan political activities take part in election except to vote. Article 13, which is the conservation and utilization of natural resources. So in this article, this is put the conversation of the natural resources. So, the all agricultural, timber, and mineral lands of the public domain, waters, minerals, coal, petroleum, and other mineral oils, all sources of potential energy, and other natural resources of the Philippines belongs to the state, and there is disposition, exploitation, development, or utilization shall be limited to citizens of the Philippines or the corporations or the association at least 60% centum of the capital of which is owned by the such citizen, subject to any existing right, grant, lease, or concession at the time of the inauguration of the government established under the Constitution. Article 14, which is the general provisions. So, the section 1, the flag of the Philippines shall be red, white, and blue, with a sun of 3 stars, which is describe the 3 country or the 3 um, places here in the Philippines as consecrated honor by the people and recognized by the law. So the flag there is very put on the law because it is very important, because the flag signifies the independence of the Philippines or our country. All public officers and members of the armed forces shall be taken oath to support and defend the Constitution. Article 15, Amendments of Revisions. So this article established the methods by which the Constitution may be amended or revised. Amendments may be proposed by either a 3/4 vote of all members of Congress called the Constituent Assembly, or a constitutional convention, and a petition of at least 12% of all registered voters, and at least at 3% of registered voters within each district, called a people's initiative. All amendments shall be ratified in a national referendum. Article 16, which is the transitory provision. So the Constitution also contains several other provisions enumerating various state policies, including the formation of labor as primary social economic force. The Article 14, Section 14, Article 2, the equal protection of the life of the mother and the life of the unborn from conception, and also Section 12, Article 2, the Filipino family as the foundation of the nation, and Article 15, Section 1, the recognition of Filipino as the national language of the Philippines, and the Section 6, Article 14, and even requirement that all educational institutions shall undertake regular sports activities throughout the country in cooperation with athletic other sectors. So, Section 19, Article 14, whether this provision may by themselves be the sources of enforceable rights without. Accompanying legislation has been the subject of considerable debate and legal sphere and within the Supreme Court. The court, for example, has ruled that a provision requiring that the state guarantee equal access to opportunities to public service could not be enforced without accompanying legislation, and thus could not bar disallowance of so-called nuanced candidates in presidential elections. But in other case, the court held in the provision requiring that the state shall protect the advanced right of people to a balanced and healthful ecology, did not require implementing this translation or legislation to become source of apparative rights. Article 17, which is a special provision effective upon the proclamation of independence of the Philippines. So, Section 1 states that upon the proclamation of the President of the United States recognizing independence of the Philippines, number 1, property rights of the United States and the Philippines shall be promptly adjust and settled, and all existing rights of the citizen or corporation and the state shall be acknowledged, respected, and safeguarded to the same extent property rights of the Philippines. So it was stated there that the independence of the Philippines, or Philippines, has its independence and the right of all Filipino people. Article 18, the Commonwealth and the Republic. This article was the government established by this Constitution shall be known as the Commonwealth of the Philippines. Upon the final complete withdrawal of the sovereignty of the United States and the proclamation of Philippine independence, so the Commonwealth of the Philippines shall thenceforth be known as the Republic of the Philippines, not as the Commonwealth of the Philippines, so it was called as the Republic of the Philippines. That's all about my topic, and again, good day.